ever, awaken your mind.
It's melodic, it's energetic, it's copacetic, it's augmented, it's kinetic.
Put on blast like a rocket ship. All this diction contradicts. Lacking love and tolerance. Your karma, that's the consequence. Every day I get better. Heart light as a feather. Living mad do nature. Circumference is the center. Yeah. Life.
It's vital. Did you follow my path? Did it spiral? If you choose to come follow each step I guide you with, don't sleep or you'll miss. It's on this mystical journey.
So, I almost found her. It's not her, but whoa, dude!
What's going on, everybody? What is good?
I was looking for our friend Mayat, but I found you instead,
yes,
man. That's even better, dude.
Yeah, hey. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, all these red. You know, just sitting here spinning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have the Rona, but I'm not trying to postpone a situation that we're very much well placed in Las Vegas, of all places. And holy shit, you must witness the faces for you to believe this shit in the real. And that's not necessarily to say it's all a bad thing, but we have come across issues that were a sad thing, but that's whatever. I could be blathering on and on and on and on, but I'm so pleased and honored to just hang out with a fellow brother and truth speaker, seeker, and all that stuff. And after spending almost countless hours already, just in contact with this fellow friend and getting to know him better, and we collaborated on actual videos that are out in internet land that span over a dozen hours, pretty much. Collaborated quite a bit with a lot of people and just between ourselves, and it's just been a magical journey, man. And it just feels like just the beginning still, but yeah, man. So what's on your mind, man?
Well, it was fucking good meeting you, Derek. Yeah, we've collabed on a lot of great videos with a lot of wonderful individuals. There's a lot of people putting out some great work. I know we may not all agree upon the same thing, but we all share a common goal, have common principles, have the understanding of how natural law, trying to better ourselves so we can help, shape the creation, inspire that creation within others, to do the work upon themselves and to spread the same knowledge, to spread the same information, to build a world where there is no form of, external slavery. Sadly, it's moving slower, but, there's a lot of people who are putting out great work at different levels. So,
yeah, but haven't you noticed, it's already a slow, it's a long process just to kind of dissolve the slavery within oneself.
Yeah.
All these mental blockages and prisons and head cages that we got within ourselves. And yeah, there's just layers and layers of, conditioning and programming that, we were laid upon us since birth. But at the same time, we still have a decent sense of self, and just being able to do that. What do you call that? The
shadow work?
Yeah, that as well, always. Yeah, for sure. Inner work, shadow work, and the apophatic inquiry is what I was thinking about. And just those Socratic questionnaires and debonaires. And that.
You can use the negative way of reasoning by way of, weeding things out. It's a form of filtration. So when you talk about the...
So if I ask you, who are you? You're going to tell me who you are not.
Yeah, I am not this. I'm not someone, who worships the state. I am not someone who goes out and vote. I am not someone, who wants to give over my a sovereignty over to some form of external savior or external being. I'm not, a occult member. So
likewise, man.
Yeah, so that would be a way of describing what how apathetic inquiry is. And something that popped into my mind is, there's a lot of people out there who just want to say, oh, it's just mind control. Oh, what can we do? Oh, our species has been under mind control since the very beginning. Whatever species created us, we've all been under mind control. Like people have this kind of helplessness. It's like, oh, what can we do? Hell, they're just too strong. Oh, we aren't powerful. We can't do anything. This kind of weak ass victim mentality. The social engineers have too much power. I'm like, but gee, you've already kind of lost the fucking war if you think that way, man. The whole fucking principle.
Yeah, totally.
Mind,
Yeah, and that's what they want us to think. It's design and program manufacture that way, and it kind of falls in line with a lot of the slavery, the savior programming. Sorry. Just like, okay, we're in this fucked up situation, but there's going to be this, person that's going to come and save the day, whether it be motherfucking Donald Trump or QAnon or fucking Jesus or the Dalians.
Yeah.
I mean, the damn aliens, man. Shit. And, the
Galactic Federation.
The Zeta Palladians and and
Members
much
of
love and
light.
respect to those that are actually fucking, benevolence, you have to understand, extraterrestrials, wow, what does that mean? It's something extra, meaning outside of the terrestrial plane, meaning the Earth plane, so they're, from the stars or other places and all that shit. So guess what, how do you think that they would view us? Just for me, having that thought in my mind for over a dozen years, that was one of the catalysts that just made me it burned a fucking a fire, not just under my ass, but within my heart, and just what the fuck, all right, so these whatever classified societies and this and that, we're not even at a cosmic level. What the fuck are we fucking doing? It's 2000 and whatever the fuck. Growing up, and it's all fucked up, ridiculously. Yeah. Fuck all of that. Yeah. What, we're just two regular guys. We ain't nothing special and this and that. We're just living life and not trying to, be part of the motherfucking problem. Yeah. And that goes for macrocosmic level to microcosm level, relationship level, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
all forms of relationships, all forms of communication. That's what people really have to understand. I know we talk a lot about, coming to understand the feminine principle and having that balance of the inner and outer, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. But people need to be on their masculine game too as well. He'll be willing to say no. He'll be willing to use their voice. This whole fire.
Respect their boundaries and fortify them as well. This is men and women included. This is just these are divine principles that are embedded within both men and women and whoever across the spectrum. It's just archetypes of consciousness and energy that you work with and fortify and master within yourself. That is just a beautiful thing. That's part of yourself, and
your voice is masculine, man. That's what people don't understand. To not say anything and to not speak up, that is the the more feminine approach. But to speak out and say no, you use that fucking masculine tone. You use that masculine energy, because it's like, hey, you are crossing a border. You're crossing my boundaries. You are violating my principle, and I'm warning you. Fucking no. And I will react. In a certain way, because you're crossing fucking that line. So we do need to understand that self-defense principle, that straight up masculine, saying no, using our voice, understanding what it means to bear that lamp, to bear that torch, to have that fire. To have that willpower, to have that drive, to have those emotions start to run within you to help create that change. You know.
Hell yeah, man. And there's a lot of care that is driven by all these actions, and that this is like that the oscillating feminine and masculine forces working together in tandem, because what is really ultimately driving your actions, your intentions, your intuition, and all that stuff. And yeah, of course, everything is all about the state of the mind, which is first cosmic law principle. But like you break down the whole mind and the whole two hemispheres, masculine and feminine, and the triune brain and all that stuff, and it's really simple and easy to explain, and we've done it like infinitum at this point. You know what I mean?
Other many great teachers. Other many great individuals who've talked about it too. Like
Manly P and the place to be.
Mona.
Manly P Hall. You know who that is? Like,
this was the hotel that I was in that inspired my Freedom of the Natural Law 2 conference.
Really? No shit.
Yeah.
You were in this exact hotel a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You're always back at the Flamingo.
Yeah, because
but you ain't playing no bingo, and riding no dingo, and all the shit is just work and fucking, and that's here's the thing. Like, we've been in Vegas for like 4 days, him 5, and I just got in like at 2 in the morning to meet up with him. Like from New Mexico, it was great. But we're here we're not fucking around. We're not here to gawk at whatever the fuck or
stupid shit.
We're way above these lower sensory fucking attractions and distractions and all these lights and flashing whatever the fuck like
we done
it ain't nothing new to us, and we're above.
Hell, we done exchange books, videos, transferring information. It's always good to have your shit on some form of external drive, internal and external. But see, when you go out of town and fucking meet people, like, hey, if you got a 1 terabyte drive, you can just fucking copy. Hell, I copied your shit quick.
Yeah, man.
So,
I got my 4 terabyte, external. It's it's a newbie, so I ain't got enough to share with you. But like folks like us, like free time. Hey, like folks are actually watching TV. Hey, maybe if you do, that's great. Like, actually, we have the TV on right now. There's motherfucking
stupid ass fucking game on.
Yeah, American football, bread and circus. It's on mutes. And I might watch something like that. I played soccer for 20 years of my life, but I'll have that shit on mute, and I'll be like multitasking like with like 5 different other fucking things. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about like using your time wisely and this and that, and like, hey, like, no hate or disrespect if you fucking follow and watch TV, whatever. You know what I mean? It's all about, are you going to play your media, or is your media going to play you? In the end, like, master the time and focus you have on that, and understand some of these alpha waves and fuckery with the,
oh man,
frequencies. They be hitting you frequently.
People really need to learn how to fucking focus, man. Like, they really need to learn how to fucking focus. Learn how to just direct your attention at possibly a physical object, but like your thoughts too. Like, how long can you just sit there and think about a specific thought before that shit gets invaded by all the other forms of fucking negative thoughts? So just learn how to focus right then and there. You got people who can even sit down and create the time to take in this information. A 2-hour video. You're not even going to learn anything about anything in a 2-hour video. I don't care what subject you are, dealing with. This whole fucking instant gratification, I'm gonna learn shit overnight. That shit does not work, man. I keep saying that shit.
And don't you? And I've been hearing you for a while, man. We've been talking about this, back and forth for a minute, and this and that. And like, I confide a lot in this, man. You know what I mean? And just like sending, messages, emails, whatever. Like. Interesting fact of the day. Between Brandon and I, where we've also collaborated on about 10 hours of video footage, material, projects, collaborations, roundtables. Just, you know, him and I together. And, you know, all our other works on the side over the past year, nearly 100 videos, projects, you know. And if you're familiar with my work, you know, shit's like usually an hour long at least, and sometimes we're putting out more podcasts, and those can go on for like 3 hours almost, you know, because there's a lot to be said, and so much to be said about so much. A lot of folks are just like, we're all just, you know, like fragmented all around the map, you know, and so if someo's within like a 10-hour radius, dude, I'm down to meet up. You know, like, what the fuck, you know, like, I've been in France for 13 years. I'm 39 years old, so do the math on that, you know, like, that's a lot of time out of one's life. And I feel like it's just a great stepping stone to, and for me, just looking back on what's going on in America, it's really interesting, and just like seeing all these conferences that people have been to. Did you ever go to like Free Your Mind conferences or anything like that in Acapulco or?
Free Your Mind stuff, that was helpful for my time. Hell, by the time I had came across Mark's work, it may have been Free Your Mind 3 or something.
Cool.
So yeah.
Oh yeah.
But nah, hell, haven't been in Acapulco. But who knows what the future, you know, hell may bring.
Yeah.
There's, you know, still some time left.
Even the ancient past.
Yeah.
How cool would it have been to meet someone like Manly P. Hall?
The great grandfather.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. You just want to just grab a chair and just sit there and just listen. Fucking literally just listen, because he could talk about anything for hours upon hours.
What if he wanted to listen to you instead?
Hey, shit. Kick some philosophy.
Yes.
Yeah. Fucking talk about universal law.
Yeah.
Shit.
Fuck yeah. And he's one that's like more well rehearsed, and just it seemed like he embodied it. You know? I don't know. I didn't know his personal life, but as far as just like what he did for so many years and written so many.
He did it in a time and era
lectures
where there was it was just straight books. So he spent a lot of time just searching the world for some of the best occult fucking literatures. He studied that shit. Like, he traveled country to country, pretty much how some of the older ones did it. He did it the old-fashioned way, man.
Yeah.
And there's something about him when you put in that time, he'll put in that work. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people have to be willing to literally, dedicate your life to constantly wanting to learn. You know, constantly be willing to update your software. Constantly be willing to admit, hey, you was wrong. You know, constantly. You know, understand that there's something hell about you that you are trying to fix. Hell, that's what I'm saying. Like, people really need to do the fucking work, and not just because you watch a few freaking videos of someone in the cut down form. Like, it takes years. It takes fucking decades.
Yeah, it takes dozens and dozens of books and all this stuff. Yeah. And countless good looks of yourself in the mirror as well. It's like, I don't know if you noticed this, but and I've heard this from a good amount of women, just, because that feminine, intuitive side of things, and observing how a lot of guys in this whole truth-seeking arena, whatever the fuck, they're way too heady, is how one of my ex-girlfriends even put it, meaning that, they read a lot, they're hella fucking book smart, they got that intellect, which is a little bit different than intelligence, because it's lacking a little bit of integration across the whole nation of, the foundation within yourself.
Right.
Building that temple, keeping it simple. Busting it a cappella, ain't need no instrumental, but keeping it well aligned in the mental, because it's all about your state of mind. Once again, it ain't even wherever you are on the map, that's great, and that's a fact. But it's really all about where you are in your state of mind. Every day, all the time, and that's why Brandon, you're talking about just like it's a daily operation. The alignment and refinement is the assignments, if you will.
Yeah. Kinda. That's the whole, taking the whole base metal and constantly purifying, constantly putting pressure, constantly, understanding more, do new information. You're constantly, using the will for this rigorous task.
You sound like an alchemist, man.
Hey, I'm trying to get to that alchemical gold just alone.
Right, yeah.
Help with everyone else. I'm trying to hit that freedom. Not just mental freedom, but freedom in the physical, spiritual, health, emotional, health, psychological.
Hell yeah. And the internal, external, and have it rip out. We're all about the win-win. Yeah. That's basically what it comes down to. You see that W? Like, hey, it ain't the West Coast or the West, but, Wu-Tang in the flesh. But I've had this shirt for like 25 years, man. Like, literally, no joke, but whatever, Rap and hip-hop, it's all cool. And these are things that, brought us together from the beginning, man. Like, I was so blessed and honored to, like, see comments from Brandon from YouTube, and I kind of like overlooked that and didn't realize what the fuck he was up to in the beginning, man. Like, man, I feel bad, man. Just like, oh shit, like, all right, this guy's like pumping out some serious shit, and like he's like quoting Manly P. Hall, like myself and all this stuff. I was like, oh, like. Yeah. I'm sorry, man, but I will admit this on camera. But at the same time, like, it's same with you. It's like 100. I got like 400 YouTube channels I'm subscribed to. Yeah. So you're spreading yourself out so fucking thin. There's only so many hours in the day. We don't even get that much sleep because we wake up early just to rise up, with the consciousness and forever this fucking daily operation. You know what I mean? So. Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, man.
So what's next on your plate? I know you're going to be doing something saucy for the next Seed conference or Freedom Under Natural Law, or is it both?
I don't even know yet, but
oh really?
I don't want to say something because
oh shit, sorry, man.
Well, I don't even think they've announced anything. So
oh right, yeah. All right. That's just a little spoiler alert, but don't look into that too much. But looking at Nate Cap and them cats and Chris Jansen, and them One Great Work Warriors that we're a part of. Oh yeah, by the way, should we even mention that? What the fuck? Yeah. We could talk up some of these, things that we're associated in as well. Not like we're, this ain't no motherfucking circle jerk, by the way. It's like, oh yeah, it was like, whoa, we're like-minded people. There is no motherfucking echo chamber in regards to just like aligning to natural law and freedom and just wanting to do good. We ain't in no fucking cult or, subscribe to someone so much that, like, we obey every single word that, a single person says, whether it be fucking Manly P. Hall or whoever the fuck. Oh, yeah.
Hell, there's some things that Manly P. Hall said that I don't even agree with.
Yeah. He's kind of like borderline status.
Yeah. Hell, one time he was like was bragging hell about the army and how people should join the military to like fucking,
oh fuck, really?
Yeah. Like to gain, like fucking a character and like a sense of dedication, and sacrifice. I was like, nah, fucking Hall, like that shit don't phase in me. And then, hell, there's one time in his integrity, the most dangerous superstition, where he says something about Abraham Lincoln, and he says that Abraham Lincoln said it's not about help breaking laws, but joining the state and changing laws. I'm like, nope, that is no.
Yeah, that's
hey, it's like with most people, we don't all have to agree on 100% of everything. I'm glad that doesn't exist, because that would be a fucking boring, torturous ass world. Because fucking that would be a form of collectivism.
Yeah, so, totally.
Yeah, we all are never gonna agree upon the same thing, but we can all come to understand a set of core principles, man. And that's what that shit always comes back to, is once you meet people who have this set of core principles, then there's just this fucking universal knowing. And then two, you have to be willing to call out how motherfuckers, even if they, have step out
Yes.
and violate those fucking principles. But see, how that's where the whole fucking masculine shit comes in. Is you can have the core, have collective fucking core principles. But what happens if someone fucking breaks the shit? What happens if someone fucking violates their boundaries? Then what the fuck hell are you gonna do?
Yeah, especially when, first of all, they're not holding themselves accountable, which is the reason why the bullshit happened in the first place. So someone on the outside needs to, hold that person accountable, just because, it's causing harm to other people. It's a natural law of transgression as well.
Yeah.
If you will, as, Mark Passio puts it, if you will.
And that's the problem is once you have so many individualized, unconscious minds that, think that they can just go around doing whatever the fuck they want without consequences, then that's when, the shit show really opens up.
Yeah.
It's like
the law of karma, the universe
that's
bitch
the best
slapping
way,
you.
yeah, that's the best way into the fucking shit show, fucking literally. So, and you think that, by now we would have learned this shit, but it comes from the imbalance held within us. Like, people are so to the fucking polar extremes, like the whole fucking polarity, shit, like.
We weren't taught about this, growing up. I didn't know about, Manly P.
Yeah.
Went to school, and, ever since I played Pee Wee.
Yeah.
I mean, Hermetic principles, who the fuck knew that, in the 90s? I didn't hear anyone talk about that. Yet it was still, and folks that were, good friends with, like Mario West, she's fucking old school, she's been talking about this stuff before we were born,
Yeah.
So, much love to folks like that, and just what they've had to witness in all this stuff, and just, that was like pre-internet. Imagine getting information just, from the books. There is no instant gratification with that, So kiss your fucking, goldfish, attention spans goodbye with that fucking shit if you're going in the past. Where the fuck are we at in this fucking world, goddammit? This is some motherfucking bullshit. This is devolution. Fucking, people can't spend 10 seconds to, understand a motherfucking thing? Even about themselves? Fuck all that.
Yeah, that's why earlier I brought up focus. Is because
it's cathartic. Sorry, but yeah.
If people, it's like I say, if people aren't willing to, literally sit their ass down and, take an hour a fucking day, he'll take in some new information. He'll take in some information that may, cause some form of friction, cause some form of shift within you, may make you feel uncomfortable. But you have to have the focus to even focus for a long period of fucking time. And that's the thing, is this whole fucking overnight shit. I'm just gonna watch a 10-15 minute clip. You have to have focus to where, okay, I can make it through a fucking 2-hour clip or a 2-hour video, but that's not even fucking 0.01% of everything that's out there. You ain't read no books, you ain't even, went through other people's information to even fucking discern for yourself. And that's the thing, is that's why you have to sit down and take in the fucking information, because that's when you're going to really start to develop some form of fucking discernment. Because you're not going to fucking develop discernment if the right information hasn't fucking been put in. And then two, even for the right information to fucking be put in, is the wrong information that is already fucking inside there has to be fucking start to be chipped, hell away. That's why you have to fucking do the goddamn work, because in order to do the work, you have to chip away at the shit that's already there. So it's going to take fucking time, you don't just fucking break something down fucking overnight. You got to fucking, fucking slowly chip away from that shit. Yeah. Because you're talking about form of belief, fucking worldviews, fucking, how negative patterns of thinking that's been there for 10, 15, 20 fucking years. You don't just break that shit fucking overnight.
Exactly, and it's it's the complete diametric opposite of this whole society, hustle culture, and pop or poop culture, as Mario likes to call it.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. And yes, like really the opposite of this instant gratification, because it does take a lot of time, like to oscillate and synthesize and refine all these fucking things and do that apophatic inquiry of dissolving everything that fucking isn't your true authentic self to the true core essence of your fucking soul.
Yeah.
Brother, sister, But it's funny how people want to dedicate so much time to binge watching whatever fucking series comes out of Netflix or whatever the fucking Amazon crap that comes out, and it's not all crap.
Fucking
of course
Marvel.
not, but at the same time, it's like, as far as true alchemical gold and proper knowledge and wisdom that you can obtain through certain things like the main leafy halls and all this stuff.
Mold. Yeah, you got alchemical gold and this alchemy mold.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, this alchemy mold. Like that's what they created. Like damn.
Yeah, those are the polar opposites. It's like it's your choice ultimately. So it's unfortunate that and it goes in. The issues are also in the tissues because we were so fucking programmed and like hardwired in the brain and emotionally and whatever the fuck to just sit back and relax, crack open a cold one, and go into the entertainment, which means it enters into your mind and it holds it. It suspends it. That's what the fuck entertainment means, etymologically speaking.
Yeah.
Word up to Benny Wills.
Right.
And them Joy Camp cats, they did a cool little thing about that, but, it's just like anyone can figure this out for themselves.
Because when you look at the word entertainment, it's not necessarily inherently bad or like such a bad word, because you can entertain your own mind with the fucking focus and hella knowledge that we're talking about. It's not just hell associated with the dumbass shit that Marvel puts out or the stupid ass shit that Hollywood or Amazon or whoever the hell puts out. You can use fucking entertainment for the more positive forms of hell mind influence, which would just be fucking reading books or fucking hell watching fucking video, have podcasts, but not getting stuck in a sense to where hell you're just stuck fucking that loop of just fucking taking in, because at some point of time, then that is no different than the other form of entertainment, because you're spending all your time and substituting and replacing your energy or replacing your form of creation for shit that's not really creating. It's just creating have more thoughts, but those thoughts aren't being converted into fucking action, and that's where it does become that form of entertainment, because it's so easy to just constantly watch videos, and those will be the people who will be can be smart, he'll know shit, but they'll be fucking in the comments, just fucking clamoring off, hell crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I never thought this shit would would be what some people have said, the stupid shit.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's such a frequency shift of an awakening that just a lot of bullshit got, there's a switch that flickered on within me, and my bullshit radar went from 1 to 1,000 type of thing.
Yeah.
And seeing through all this stuff, and I was in Paris, and we had this. You only pay 30 or 20 euros a month, and you can get to see unlimited movies at certain movie theaters. It was a cool deal.
Yeah.
So I was with my wife, and the French wife life. It was pretty cool. This and that, trying to keep it romantic and fresh, but at the same time, I was just I had everything whoa, sensory overlaid on all this stuff, and watching movies.
Yeah.
I realized how shitty and elementary the dialogue is.
Yeah.
On so much shit, and even the plot and all this stuff, and just recognizing all these patterns of how, alright, problem, reaction, solution, just all this stuff, and just little monkey-minded little fucking shit of oh, like there's a little conflict, so we're gonna go, you know, to violent fucking confrontation, like almost every fucking time, almost. You know? Wow, what the fuck is new? You know, like, hey, Neo, wake up. The fucking cortex on the upper level of your fucking brain. I don't give a fuck if you drink goddamn bullet coffee, if you're a fucking carnist or you know, a raw meat eater and have to eat so much cholesterol because you got the... You think your brain needs all that shit? I'm running on motherfucking fumes, motherfucker! Actually, no, I'm just kidding. But I have fasted over 100 days of my life. And I eat like 2 to 3, not even like 3 meals a day. I'm not vegan, yet I fall into that category. I fucking hate that fucking word. I'm not on any side of any of these motherfucking divides. You have to understand that shit. I speak without a lot of compassion and conviction. That's just what the fuck it is, because when you actually wake up on a frequency, you realize how fucking low the density is of the minutia of so much that is going on in this reality field. And yes, it took hardship of just weeping so profoundly. The most amount of tears I've shed in my life was my awakening experience, because I realized how bad of a person I kind of was, or just like how dumb, ignorant, and fucking part of the problem and all that shit. You know, I wasn't a horrible person, you know, but at the same time, I just felt like from where the fuck I was to where I am now, and just understanding and embodying and living through these fucking eternal principles and axioms of truth that we can call natural law, the umbrella of that, and, you know, codes of consciousness. It's like
Natty law.
Yeah, you got that natural
Natty
law.
law,
I mean,
yeah.
ask this man. Like,
You
what
got
the
that
fuck?
natty
Yeah,
law.
I've said enough, dude. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, dude. Yeah.
Now, the whole,
You can edit that out, even though. Just
you know, I ain't fucking shit out. The whole, you know, this whole idea that how natural law is this illusion, or is this religion, or just the whole fucking notion that how right and wrong can be created by man in and of itself. This is something that I constantly, like constantly see spewed, man. Is how many people fucking think that, oh, you know, how morality is just, you know, created by culture, or, you know, how just it's whatever we created. It's like, man, like just listen to what the fuck you're saying. You can just destroy the argument so quickly.
yeah.
And then it's like, oh, well, you know, and then like they'll start making all the fucking justification. It's literally like they all have the same fucking program, and that's the fucking problem. Is this programming in and of itself is what's created this fucking structured prison, you know? Because once you subscribe to that claim that morality, we get to make it, then you start to, you know, do one of the two things you like inevitably can't do as far as, you know, living in harmony with natural law. That's enslaving another man and then thinking you can create hell's right and wrong. Like those two things are gonna fucking, you know, like for your karmic consequences for the whole entire species are gonna be like just like, oh, dude, like, man, like you're gonna suffer. And like,
then the collective is just even worse.
Yeah,
man. Just,
but that's the shit that we are fucking.
What a negative fucking feedback loop cycle.
That's the shit that
It's
we
a hell cycle, right?
Yeah, because the thoughts, you know, the fucking negative programming, the negative information is fucking there. We see it on the stupid fucking TikTok
Mind
videos.
control, because that's gonna manifest into like negative bullshit rippling effects of
It creates
sexual
fucking
slavery
behavior.
and shit,
You know, the whole fucking behaviorism. You know, and that's the thing is, a lot of people have never even looked into like the basics of psychology. You know, psychology. A lot of people haven't even looked into the basics of just the fucking human.
But what if they said they went to college and they got, you know, an education?
Oh, you mean they got indoctrinated by Caesar? You know, hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fucking Caesar's palace.
You can't see it, but yeah, like we got Caesar's palace over there. It's funny, but
yeah, fucking right in the middle of the damn strip.
He's tossing salad all over everyone, you know.
Yeah,
It's like
I know.
fucking, and it's like GMO shit, you know. What the fuck?
Yeah. But yeah, this whole fucking notion of subjective morality, man. And then fucking solipsism, like fucking that shit is like widespread too. People don't really grasp how widespread that is. Because how many people do we hear? Oh, it's just about belief. Like shit.
You're trying to beat the lie, Eve?
Yeah.
What?
You step in the realm of solipsism because it's like, oh well, it's all about my belief, you know. For I am, you know, the only arbiter of this reality based on what I believe. Like, man, like this is straight selfishness, dude. Like just pure selfishness.
Yeah, and we had some discussions on that Great Work Warriors discussion about religion and all that stuff, and how, you know, belief is the
enemy of fucking truth, damn near.
Pretty much, yeah. So,
because you can fall into all forms of belief. You can fall into many forms of belief. There's infinite forms of belief. But when it comes to truth, this shit either happened or it didn't. Like, there ain't no fucking, you know, hell fucking jumping ship. Ain't no fucking wavering, dude. This shit either happened or it fucking didn't.
Yeah.
You know, her belief fucking, you can change belief fucking, you know, based on, you know, what you think you are, or what the fuck, or what you identify as, or your political party, or you know, fucking, which form of Zeus are you worshiping, you know? Like.
And what about those bleeding hearts of whatever? I mean, why is their heart bleeding so much?
Yeah.
I mean, our heart is bleeding nonetheless, but, you know, if it bleeds for that, that means that, you know, those heartstrings have been pulled a certain direction, it seems,
right,
you know what I mean?
But then again,
which is,
people's ignorance, people's lack of understanding of how the human psyche, at least, and we're talking like the basics, man. Like literally fucking
right,
basics.
yeah.
Like no one's saying, you know, like you gotta go take a fucking 4-hour class on fucking neuroscience because, yeah, you can make that shit extremely fucking complex. Shit, you can go fucking study all about hell one aspect of it, you know, or like hell one part. Hell like the hippocampus. Dude, you got people out there who spend their whole entire lives studying the fucking hippocampus. Like damn, like there's only a small fraction of it.
Yeah, but they're just so like left brain, you know, imbalanced and like egg-headed or whatever the fuck.
They can tell you everything about the fucking hippocampus, but hell ain't got no form of fucking hell intelligence.
Yeah.
Like fucking no creativity. A good little fucking robot.
Lacking that limbic.
Yeah. Straight fucking robot, man. Straight fucking
That's
robot.
part of the Matrix, you know, tactics and all that shit, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, there's prizes to win if you do that kind of stuff, apparently. You know, like, there's money to be made and all these things. Like, money is such the motivator for so much fucking, like, ill behavior and, you know, false paths of life.
The worship of mammon.
Yeah.
Like, people don't even grasp how deep that shit goes because, you know, how once you fucking lose fucking that shit, then shit, that's like all your beliefs, fucking dreams gone. It's like man, like fucking, like you threw me out the tribe, you know, fucking like people just equate that shit to instant death, you know, fucking fatality, like, and that's why it's be chasing that shit, fucking worshiping. It's like I say, you chasing something that's not real. Dude, that's a fucking illusion. You got people spending their whole life chasing a fucking hell illusion.
Yeah.
Because like literally, like the money is fucking worthless. Like,
even a false illusion of themselves. You know?
Yeah.
And just like the money, external shit, but yeah, like
people need the money because they got to have the identity to fucking, you know, buy shit.
Yeah,
so
that status.
Yep.
Hey, society is putting a lot of pressure on a lot of people. You know, they're buckling under it or whatever. You know, unfortunately, and just like not understanding and just like sidestepping away from that shit. Understanding, you know, the true core family units of it's like staying true to oneself and proper eternal fucking values and principles. Like, you know.
You know, one thing that like if I can recognize here, and I heard someone say it, and this was someone, you know, who I was expecting nowhere near, you know, anywhere conscious, but he was like, man, everyone who he talks to all have agreed that sometime within their life something catastrophe is going to happen. But then again, you know, he also understood that like, hey, a lot of the shit that we are buying into is just completely fucking, you know, dividing us, and we need to find some form of common ground, you know, like start back, you know, communication, start back fucking interaction with people, you know, start back this form of, you know, like being humans, and just decent motherfuckers and having some integrity and having some principles. So, but then again, too, people who are under such mind control, as soon as you start talking about morality, what's the first thing that they subscribe to?
The Bible.
Yes, yes, like God,
Okay.
like
because it was just like the mostly mass-produced thing,
like,
when
Jesus Christ.
things were actually mass-produced,
Like,
as far as text.
It shows the fucking mind control. It shows the mind control. Because I've had Christians
like
tell me because
centuries of embedded shit. It takes so long to crack that crusty calcification.
I've heard Christians say there was no morality before the Bible. I'm like, well, there's more relativism. Like,
really?
Yeah, like you're buying into more relativism. Yeah. Say, fucking, there was no morality before the Bible.
Ow!
That's more relativism.
Oh,
man.
no.
Yeah, like, oh my, like. These seeds have been sown so fucking deeply, sadly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's why we need more people, more individuals, coming to work together, willing to do. Because there are more people who know things. They just haven't gotten into the realm of courage, willpower, and action. Fucking dedication, fortitude, fucking sacrifice. Fucking sacrifice. How long does it take you to make one of your videos? Like from start to like get it finished, fucking uploaded.
Yeah, that's a great question. Like, are you talking about my music mixes? Or?
Yeah, just average.
First of all, I'll have already, even from years ago, I would be putting in time to scroll through my thousands of fucking songs and whatever, what correlates to whatever kind of playlist for a certain theme of a certain project, regarding whatever kind of rabbit hole you want to fall down to that actually pertains to something that's going to benefit your fucking life, and freedom, and for the benefit of all, the win-win type of shit, I ain't interested in, a lot of stuff that's just like you tumble down the rabbit hole and that's all there is, you keep tumbling, you know what I mean? I ain't the one that's motherfucking stumbling. I hold a fucking high standard of my shit, and I take a lot of fucking time into the shit, and I'm sick of having not even 100 views for some of these motherfucking videos. Fuck all that. And I feel the same way for, folks like Brandon. Like, what the fuck are we fucking doing? We're not spinning our wheels. We're not necessarily the best advertisers and marketers. We're not paying to advertise our shit the fuck out there. At the same time, we feel like our value is under... What?
Well, I wouldn't just say our value. I would say the voice of truth is is very devalued in people's lives, in their like everyday lives. They don't want to make the sacrifice to even listen to it. They don't want to make the sacrifice to even bring the truth to more. Have more ears, to more individuals to take in. And, with everything that's going on, they could at least be trying to help those who are trying to put out, better material. So, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. If you can help, if you're not creating content, if you're not taking action and shit, you can put your energy and, have resources. Like, fucking no one's saying, hell, you got to fucking donate fucking everything. But it's like, man, fuck, you can help support fucking any content creator. Like any. You don't have to fucking be either of us. It could be any of them.
Yeah. Even just donate some time to listen to whatever.
Yeah.
And we're not attention whores, and we're not starving for the limelight or whatever the fuck. It's just we put in so much motherfucking time, and just to answer his question of how much time does it take for me to produce just a single fucking music mix of this tapestry of truth over beats and all this stuff. And it's not about me, it's about the artist and all those audio samples that I've, pulled from. Dude, yeah, I don't know, it takes days, weeks, sometimes fucking months. I don't know, it all depends. Stack up the fucking hours, at the same time, I'm multitasking with all these other things, trying to coordinate on how the fuck, this is going to go out before whatever the fuck, and I have like a certain order, and it's like you build up even a macrocosmic tapestry, overlay, like the overview of what the fuck you've been building up this whole time, because, you have to have a fucking foundation. You have to have, the whole, like the starting point and what it's all about, and building up from that, and you can branch out afterwards and kind of,
You gotta have that Peter, that strong foundation. That's how I said it. Yeah, that firm foundation. And that's the thing. We got to develop that, man. It's like we really need to reconnect. Get back to the true meaning and purpose of our religion, and not the exoteric form. And get back to its esoteric form. How this reconnection. How this recreation. This being how wrapped around. How bounding. How this union. How this coming together, put back together. This healing, that's what we really need to get back to, man. And not just this belief structure, controlling dogmatic ways of thinking. That's the dangerous form of religion. But true religion, like Manly P. Hall, I always say, it's supposed to be within the heart. Because that was that balancing between the thoughts and the actions. So that's really where the heart was supposed to, be.
right?
And that's why they get played on their damn emotions, Get played on their
them heartstrings, playing like a harp, there with a double A RP. What I mean?
Yeah.
You know what that be about? No doubt, scalar tech and all that shit, and what the heck.
And sitting worshiping fucking Zeus.
Have you seen this guy's presentation, by the way? Why natural law is not a religion? This is what he's talking about. I've been trying to promote it as well, and what he's been talking about, the past minute or two, follows, so perfectly in line with, what Leslie and I have been doing with this whole dissolving the divide.
Yep.
And we had Will Keller on just yesterday. We're gonna post that next week. Whatever date it is, don't worry about that. You'll see it, or you probably won't. But I'm just kidding. I really hope you do. But y'all gotta understand, we're not the folks that are like, hey, like, subscribe, whatever the fuck. It's like, for us, it's like a redundancy. Even though we're not hating on folks that do that shit, because it's not a bad reminder. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you click something, whatever. But. Hey, it's not about that. It's just the algorithms are just not in our favor. You have to understand that the algorithms and the AI tech and all this motherfucking bullshit, censorship and shadow banning, whatever the fuck, is not in our favor. We are suffering. Content like this is fucking suffering. Yeah. There's dozens and dozens of cats like us out here. Well, I'm not just talking about us, like we're victims or whatever the fuck. We're speaking about fucking countless people that we fucking, learned from and understood a lot of things, and it's so fucked up,
Yeah, check out their work too.
Yeah.
It's like I've always said, I don't give a fuck if anyone subscribes. I don't give a fuck if anyone watches my damn videos. I don't fucking do this shit to, for that's stupid. It just sounds so fucking preschool to me, man. It really fucking does. And I know some people say like, share, subscribe, but just sounds so fucking lame to me. And because
some folks that can do it beautifully, like Mario West and all that, but
subscribe to her because she puts out good content, because she does,
and she's doing it for free.
She brings that energy.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Brings that energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, our YouTube channels and whatever the fuck handles are not monetized. We're not making money from this. This is our free fucking time. You know what I mean? And we totally appreciate
you shouldn't be watching
your free time, as well, watching
this,
YouTube, right? So,
you shouldn't even be watching me on fucking YouTube. That's the worst place. Shit, I don't even damn tell anyone. Fuck that damn platform. Straight garbage ass shit. And that's what I mean by this whole rekindling of fire, this whole fucking masculine symbol of fire, man, like fucking that shit.
Near an
really
Aries,
has been-
what? Oh shit!
No,
Watch
like,
out!
this shit really has been fucking lost, man. You just see these fucking grown men, just fucking feminine as shit, just fucking weak as shit, just like fucking just embarrassing. Like literally just fucking embarrassing. You don't have to be like this fucking, you know, strong fucking muscular male, but shit, dude, like you just got to fucking know how to say no, and fucking have some fucking principles and a damn spine, and you know, like and some testicles, you know, to fucking say no. You know, that doesn't mean, you know, sometimes you may get afraid, you know, sometimes you may, you know, fucking be in a state of fear for the right fucking reasons, you know.
Yeah,
but you'll fucking learn to overcome that shit, man. Mm-hmm. And that's what people don't get is we are literally heading toward a path that's going to be so far from like turning the fuck around. So we have to start saying no. Like we have to start using our voices now. Just look at like 5 years ago. Our voices were much louder because you could say shit, you know, and there was still censorship fucking in. But compared to now, and how long have we had, you know, smartphones and shit? Since what, 2008? About 15 fucking years? Yeah. Yeah, dude. So the censorship creeped out real quickly. Like, real fucking quickly. And that's the thing, man. Like once that shit starts being fucking lost, then we all fucking know what happens next.
Yeah, unfortunately, and like, you know, here's the thing, it's like, we all respect free will and all that shit. You can act and believe however the fuck you want. As long as you ain't causing harm to people,
just
you know,
leave
like,
it the fuck alone.
if you want to cause harm to yourself, you know, that's your own self-inflicted suffering. Just don't let it ripple out into the external world, you know, that kind of shit. But as far as, you know, men acting like whatever, or feminine, whatever the fuck, that's your deal, whatever the fuck. Hey, we need more people. We're in a state of fucking slavery, okay?
If you're a feminine,
you know what I
man,
mean? Like, we could use some help of trying to just, you know, like, and it's not like we're gonna, manhandle the fucking, you know, situation and turn the tides like that. It's just like being balanced within the fucking, you know, cerebral cortex of your fucking, you know, inner mind.
Right.
And all that shit. More to it than that, but, you know, we're not trying to, like, lecture anyone on these things. It's just like, we've observed the world objectively, you know, long enough, and we've seen a lot of stuff through those realize. Oh, what's up? Battery?
I still have my batteries dying. Yeah, because we've been recording for almost an hour. So yeah, this shit.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, this is just a microphone check 1 2 and the place to be. What to do?
55 minutes. So, yeah. Hey, maybe there'll be a part 2.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So, pop quiz, man. So, like, we're talking about, like, all these stimulation factors, and we hear, like, loud-ass pop music that has hypnotic rhythms and shit like that.
Yeah. It's going to always be, like, some kind of, like, club music, and not anything, like, too hardcore, you know, like, hardcore rap. It's going to be, like, club music to kind of keep the juices going because they want you spending money. You know, they want you, you know, liquored up, you know, they want you drugged up. And that's why, you know, when you're playing, you know, you get, you know, pretty much free beer, free liquor. You know, because they want to help maintain that seduction. They want to keep that vibe going. You know?
Yeah. and all these eye-popping colors and animations and all that stuff. And what's funny is like, it's like these days alternative like media like YouTube or BitChute, whatever, it ain't that much difference because there's all this, you know, clickbait stuff and it's like
ads everywhere.
yeah, like wow.
Stuff